Welcome to another episode of After I Go to the RoW Arena, I come back here and make a video about it. Last night was a show. So last night was a show. I'm not going to get into detail about everything that happened, but I'm going to tell you right now, mind blown. It was a big event. It was crazy. It was spectacular, and for the most part, I had to wash the bathrooms. I had to kind of like clean out the bathrooms and stuff like that, which was like the show gets packed like really quick. Okay, here's the thing, like reality of wrestling, like it used to actually be a smaller show. Like there was only like a few people that used to like show up. Like at the most, you would be guaranteed like maybe about a good maybe 50, 60 people. Now, it's a lot. It's so much more than that. It's a lot more people than that. It's actually like one of those things that makes you kind of genuinely surprised. Like, one thing I love about, like, I call it indie companies because of the fact that it's like, like I feel like indie companies get big. I feel like indie companies don't become indie anymore once they start like traveling from state to state. You see what I'm saying? And reality of wrestling specifically has been for that specific area, and that's the reason why I call reality of wrestling indie. But I will say, for what it is, indie or pro or whatever, it's getting huge, bro. It's getting big. Reality of wrestling is becoming this much bigger company than we actually care to acknowledge. And I love seeing it because I've been a fan of it since like I don't know, maybe 2015, maybe 2014 or so. There's a picture of me with Booker T and Rey Mysterio from like 2016 or 2017, and I've been supporting it for almost a decade, and so it's like the common question is, well, man, if you support it so much, you wanted to be a part of it for so much, and why aren't you like finished training yet? What's taking so long? It's like it's money, it's money. My issues are strictly financial. I am trying, like in the process of me like not being able to train, I'm still trying to keep myself in shape and get back into the swing of things a little bit, but it's been pretty rough, but I will say for the most part, the show is always good. First of all, the show is always good. I've never been to a bad reality of wrestling show. You know what I'm saying? And I've been, like I said, I've been kind of off and on with those cats since 2016. So there's that. But yeah, like I said, I did get it. Like, okay, so there's this guy. He's not necessarily a wrestler, but he records himself like doing crazy wrestling based things at the mall. Like he'll go to the mall, or he'll go to like a Walmart, or he'll go to like I don't know, maybe I don't know. Like I'm just glad he hasn't done this at a library yet. I hope not. I hope that never happens. But like his name is Lord Adrian, right? Like for those who don't know. You probably might have seen some of his clips, probably even on accident, but they would practice random wrestling moves in like a random place. So, in a place that wasn't a wrestling ring. But the dude is good. That's the part that really always stresses me out. The dude is good. In any case, he just happens to be over. He happened to, buy a ticket for Reality of Wrestling. He was there. And what's even crazier is I'm standing next to him the entire time. Like, obviously, I'm doing, ushering job, what I'm saying, helping people get to their seats. Letting people know, hey, you can't, letting people know, hey, there's certain things you can't do, there's certain things you can't do, watching the bathrooms. And while I'm doing that, I'm standing next to Lord Adrian. And I did not know that was him. That dude has been, he's a good wrestler. That's the part that's, stressing me out. He's a good wrestler. And it's he's just as big of a fan of professional wrestling as everybody else is. So I'm just please, come back. Please find a way to come back here because you are good. You are really good. Find a way to get back here. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to him like I'm talking to you guys. He's a cool guy, though. He was a cool guy. He actually responds back to DMs, which just blew my mind because most people of his caliber don't do that. So that was wild. I also got a chance to take a picture with Terrell Tempo, and I'm doing this I'm doing this because his beard is amazing. The dude has an amazing beard. I have beard envy. I'm not gonna lie. I have beard envy and hair envy because as long as I've been alive, a lot of people I know have always had afros that are much bigger than mine and beards that are much bigger than mine. I don't know what it is. I've always wanted a big beard. I always wanted big hair. You know what I'm saying? You grow up in the 90s and you see people hyping up the 70s and all the black people had these fly beards and these fly afros and these big beards. So I see Terrell Tempo, and I always to let him know, hey man, best beard in the game. And in my brain, I'm like, I'm so jealous. I mean, it looks amazing. In any case, though, he was there. He was a cool guy. He's known that I've been a big fan of his for a while, so he actually let me take a picture with him, and that really made me feel something because it's like, holy crap, this guy understands that I exist too. It's like it's cool when the person that you likes you back, or at least says, hey, you know what? I know this guy. This guy's cool. Like once again, I've always wanted to be the guy that people can just look at and go, he checks out. He's cool. That's all I ever wanted to be. I just wanted to be the cool guy. So that is, like I said, it's a bit of a hassle. It's a bit of a challenge, but I am trying to kind of, get back into the swing of things. But yeah, like I said, being able to like talk to the wrestler, like one of the few things I love about like being at the show is, being able to talk to the wrestlers, being able to interact with people and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Sort of, I mean, network to some degree. But to me, it's not really networking as much as it's just, hey, I see y'all, I love y'all, I think what y'all do is amazing, and I can't wait to join y'all one day. That's basically that's a short version of what I always try to say. But yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy how that happens. But yeah, that's something that. But yeah, like I said, the show was great. I also got a chance to hang out with OP, the VIP bird. I don't know if y'all can see that. Somebody brought a bird over there, and they put the bird on my shoulder, and that's like I don't know if I've had a bird on my shoulder before. You know what I'm saying? I probably might have and don't remember, but that's the first time I think I ever had a bird on my shoulder, and I'm just sitting here like, there's a bird on my shoulder, and the bird is just chilling. I'm just sitting here like, this is a whole bird. That's crazy. But yeah, it was but yeah, that was like I said, the show was always fun. I will say, obviously, there was a setback though. I got a toothache, and I have a toothache, and it became an earache. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I have enough money to go to the dentist to like get it looked at, so I'm just gonna ride this out unless it turns into something bigger. I'm not sure, but like I don't know if y'all know, but like a few months ago, I actually had a I got hit with Bell's palsy, and it messed with one side of my face, and my lip was drooping, and I could barely keep my eye open. So, and now I'm getting this toothache and this earache in the same side of my face where it's happening at. So, here's the hoping that I'm not like rotting from the inside, because I am trying to get back in shape. I am trying to lose the pouch a little bit, lose the neck fat. You know what I mean? I do have a neck beard. I'm not proud of it. But I'm trying my best to do something with it. It's a work in progress. The goal is now if things start looking the way that I need for it to look, I always keep saying this, but if things start looking the way that I need for it to look, then my money will start getting a little bit better, and I can get back into training again. But until then, like I said, I'm part of I'm just glad to be a part of the RoW family. It's I even had it's crazy that I will always geek out about the fact that Charmel knows my name. I will always geek out about the fact that there's people who in reality of wrestling who know my name, like who know me, like they recognize me. You know what I mean? Like they see me and they're like, Manny, and I'm like, they know me? I had this weird thing where I believe that I believe that I'm like not memorable. You know what I'm saying? I believe that, if people don't see me, they don't acknowledge, they won't remember me. Like, I'm the guy who's going to remember everybody because, here I am, an ant among kings. And it's like, oh, no, they see me and they're like, oh, that's the cool guy right there. But, yeah. Also, it stresses me out how much older I am than a lot of these cats. Like, I'm old, and I'm older than, like, these cats, they look at me and they go, like, wait, how old are you? It's like, yeah, I'm old. I am very old. Tell it to my back. Yeah. But it's good, man. It feels good to see. It feels good to just be able to go to the show and just let them know, hey, if you want me to help, I help. You know what I'm saying? I will help the best way I know how. I will try my best to do whatever it is y'all need for me to do. You know, stuff like that. But yeah, it's as always. I had a great time at the show, guys. I actually got some pictures taken, and you know, I enjoyed myself. I can't wait to go to the next one. I'm also starting to notice that there's a high frequency there's a higher frequency when it comes to these shows. It used to be they do like maybe like 2 shows a month, maybe one. Now they're doing like what feels like 3, and it's like this is a lot. This is a lot. Like they started to do more showcases, a lot more events, and it's cool. Like I said, it's really cool to see. I'm just hoping that like this is the thing that kind of makes reality of wrestling into a bigger show than it is. And man, like I said, I'm glad to be along for the ride, but I can't wait to get my time in the ring. Until then, I gotta start working on my cardio. But that's it. Love and peace and happiness. I really hate how my hair looks right now. Love and peace and happiness to every single one of y'all out there. I gotta go ahead and get some. I don't know. I need to get like some medicine for this toothache and this earache that I got going on. And we'll talk again. I can't stress that enough. We will, because they're doing shows like every other week now. Like it's wild. All right. Love and peace.